Take a paper, write that stuff, roll it up real tight. Grab a lighter and take a puff. That's what I call a natural high. Some people might say it's wrong, but we're only having fun. So why don't you just leave us alone? 'Cause we're not hurting anyone. Come with me to a land that's free. We can do what we want. There's no price that we're facing men for smoking a little marijuana.
It's an old song by a friend of mine down in Atlanta, Georgia. I think a band did it or something. But anyway, welcome to Sub TV, and got a couple things to cover today. So everybody get ready. It's fixing to start. Tuning in with Sub Cool TV.
6 million ways to live, we live lavish.
So today, just want to cover real briefly, back on the butane thing. I've been listening to your comments, and I have heard you, and I've ordered a Fedor, ceramic lighter, and I've also ordered a couple specialty bowls. Your point's not lost on me. I do think that butane part of it's kind of nasty, and so I've smoked a lot of bong hits and lit a lot of lighters in my life. So, if that contributed to my breathing situation, then I would be a fool not to take action to correct it. So I just want to thank everybody for staying on my ass, and I've got a Fedor coming, and I actually can't wait till it gets here, because I'm sure it's going to taste amazing. So there's that. We'll be right back with some news. So today's news, wrote a really nice article on Toke of the Town. Toke of the Town is a website that I go to every day. Steve Elliott runs it, and it's a really good website. It's got some really in-depth articles. And today there's a really good article basically about the reasons that the Obama administration will continue to shut down medical marijuana. And it's a really long article, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about is this whole Sativex thing. It looks pretty strong evidence that, based on the information, especially the information I see here, that, since 2003, this has been in the works, and it looks like Sativex, which is a product from Big Pharma that, of course, the insurance company is going to make a bunch of money off of, and it's going to cost anybody that uses it a lot of money. It's going to receive a Schedule 3 rating from the Drug Administration, but the natural plant is going to remain Schedule 1. So, if you can't see what's going on here, it's really just in our face. We're able to produce a pound of natural organic meds for about $30 outdoors. It costs considerably more indoors, but that's what it costs outdoors. And who knows what Sativex is going to go for, but I know that Marinol, which is really nasty to take, is really expensive to take, to go to the pharmacy and buy. So I can see what's going on here. It's no wonder that they're fighting back, because they're getting a bunch of money from Big Pharma, and I'm not a big conspiratist, but it's pretty obvious that that's what's going on here. So as far as I'm concerned, what we can do is we can take advantage of the fact that Californians are pretty pissed off right now, and this administration is not taking into consideration how many Americans smoke pot or would smoke pot if they were allowed to legally. And I think he's probably shooting himself in the foot, because he's not going to get the California vote. And I realize there's a bunch of Republicans in California, but there's a lot of us too. So you know where to go when it's time to vote, and the ballot comes in the mail. Fill that thing out, get it in, get the right people in there. So we'll be right with some more information in just a second. Righteous. So, in news, TGA news, I didn't cover this in the last show because I got high. So that'll happen a lot if you watch the show. So in continuing news on testing, we're also testing the Green Queen. It's no relation to Green Crack. Green Queen is a medical strain. Came out of Oregon. It's got a really unique taste. Tastes like Denny Moore stew or a French onion soup. It's really savory, spicy. It's bizarre. So we've crossed it with Jack the Ripper and the Quirkle. Both of those are now in testing. So some other strains we have in testing right now is the Bubba, and it's the pre-98 cut and crossed with Jack the Ripper. So that should be pretty interesting. And one of my favorite strains that's coming up the pipe that I actually requested TGA crew put a hand on and make it is the Bubba pre-98 times the Vortex, the Bubba Tex. So of course I'm being partial to Bubba Kush. I'm pretty excited about that one. So all these are now in testing, and the way we do things is we test things for usually 6 months to a year, and if they work out, they work out. If they don't, they end up like Black Dahlia, which is thrown in the garbage can. So that's TGA news. And next in our segment, we're going to actually bring back and kick in some information. People have talked about needing some real breeding information, so that's coming up next. And stick around. Here we go. As you watch some Cool's radio show. Whatever. Right? And we're back. So I'll work on putting some music, those little pictures I put in between the videos. Now, I'm just trying to spice it up. You know, I have no mission here other than just have some fun. People seem to like this, so we'll bring it back. We got Stephen Stills on the sound, but he's talking a lot right now. I thought this was a little Apple's song called Treetop Flower. It's a little smokish song. So today we're going to talk about breeding. We're going to talk about BXing. So BXing is simply the art of back crossing. So let me explain using strains. So one of the projects that I'm working on is taking the Bubba Kush pre-98 and outcrossing it to the Dude, our Space Queen male, and the Dude abides. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that resulting hybrid, polyhybrid, that I'm already tagging Kush with a Q, Q-U-S-H. And don't get excited, probably not going to be released. And what that is for is that it's an interim strain that is used to select a male from. So we will grow out the Bubba Kush pre-98 times Space Queen, or Kush. We'll grow it out in large numbers. Have all the testers grow it out. And what I'm looking for is hopefully, you know, in a perfect world, we would get a fairly even distribution of Bubba dominant plant females and Space Queen dominant females. And that by watching the female plants, we can kind of determine the male plants. So what I'm going to be looking for is a Bubba Kush dominant male plant. And that's kind of hard to do, you know, I can't just look at the plants. But it's really cool now because now we have testing, and testing labs allow us to do a test across 20 plants and do a CBD check across 20 of the plants. We can do that while we're still in veg, and so that allows us to tag the high CBD plants because that's what we're looking for here. And so taking that male plant, which is dominant in the Bubba Kush traits and high in CBD, but still hopefully bringing along some of those traits from the Space Queen that we're looking for, the cherry smell and taste, because I want to make cherry Bubba. That's the non-scientific part of it. I just want a better tasting Bubba Kush. And but as well, we want it to have a hybrid vigor, which is not in old clones that you get. And we also don't want to do what a lot of other people have done, which is rush to do a BX or self, which is basically using hermaphrodite pollen, whether it's chemically induced, photo induced, Using this, I believe, breeds in hermaphrodite traits. This is the feminizing that everybody talks about. I don't believe in feminized seeds. Shanti Baba does not believe in feminized seeds. There's a way of doing things. So BXing, to review, is when you take two plants and you do what is called an outcross. So you take one plant, and it's generally best to use a plant that's completely different. So we've got a Baba Kush and we've got a Space Queen, very different plants. So that when we are selecting, we're using our eyes and our nose and our mouth and our senses to taste and select these plants. It's very easy to differentiate between the two species, the Baba Kush and the Space Queen. And then once we've done that, we take pollen from that sibling gene pool and we back cross to the Baba Kush. And that is known as a BX, and that's how you lock down the traits of the Kush. And that's just one of the projects I'm working on. So that should be enough on that. So thanks a lot. We'll be right back. Finish this off. Alright, so today's grow tip is, we'll start off, I don't know how I'm going to keep myself from repeating these, but I guess I'll have to watch my own videos. So today's grow tip is basically grow room maintenance. It's really important in between your grows that you take everything out, clean it out really good. I have rubber mats in my areas to keep the plants, root space cold, warm. And you know, we have to clean out underneath them. We wipe the walls down, we clean off all the ducts, wipe down everything. Clean the air conditioner really well. Clean the dehumidifier. Wipe everything down with Clorox or some type of killing agent. Pine Sol would work even. And the reason we want to do this is because we don't want to let mold or mildew take hold in our grow rooms. I know a lot of times when we're busy, and it'd be really easy just to reload, but it's really important that we wash our catch pans and we do proper maintenance, you know. I actually got mold one time because I didn't do what I'm telling you to do right now. I was busy and I was just running crops back to back to back, and I didn't clean up in between, and my air conditioner window unit got some black mold on it, and it started spreading into my grow room. So we'll get into some more, you know, in-depth grow tips and some later shows, but for right now, just make sure you keep a clean grow room. Keep your hoods that have glass lenses in them, and take them out about 4 times a year and wipe them down with Windex. Be careful not to break them, but these kind of things can make a real big difference in your grow room. So that's tip for today, and that's going to be the end of the show. So I hope you guys will keep tuning in and keep commenting. The comments are the reason I did another show, and basically if the comments stop, the show will stop. So I'll be reading your words and checking you guys out, and hopefully I'll try to come up with some even better information for show 6. So I'm out. Everybody have a good day. What's up, Cool TV?